Yo, what up guys, your boy Williams Fitness back again with another video, and let's just take a quick look at the New York Pro 2021 this weekend, Men's Open. What a shocker, Nick Walker in first place. Second place, Justin Rodriguez. I'd have personally had Hassan, but after looking at some of the photos further on, I think I think Justin did deserve second place. Third place, we had Hassan Mustafa. Fourth place, Dorian Haywood. Fifth place, Mohammed Al-Amam. And Blessing, where were you? Nowhere to be seen. Shock horror. This is the problem when you give all the talk, all the hype before a big show. And I class the New York Pro as a big show. It is a big sort of footnote to the Mr. Olympia, and I think I'm just gonna go on record and say this: Nick Walker is the future of bodybuilding by a fucking long shot. He just looks incredible. He's got everything going for him. Blessing obviously taught the talk. He built up the hype for the show. It did it was good things for the show. It was good things for Blessing and Nick. And it's nice to have that sort of jokey camaraderie going on before a show, but let's be honest, Nick Walker, it's safe to say he is the future of bodybuilding. Justin Rodriguez looks absolutely insane. Hassan looks insane. This is what I like about the Indy Pro, the New York Pro, the EVLS Prague, the Yamamoto Cup, all these sorts of shows. They're big enough. They're a big enough stage for new up-and-comers, and I'm not saying that, Nick's an up-and-comer, like new up-and-comer, but, he is new pretty much on the scene. But it's a good platform, it's a good stepping stone, and it's a good place that, these guys can be showcased and we can see them coming through. Because the chances are, if it was a lower level show, we wouldn't notice a lot of these pro bodybuilders. So, I majorly tip my hat to Nick Walker, Justin Rodriguez and Hassan. Blessing, what happened? Like, he's a shot from Blessing. I can see why he didn't make the top 5. I think he actually looks worse than he did at the Indy Pro. And I'm not saying he looked bad at the Indy Pro, just didn't look good enough to win it. And when you go up against the likes of Nick Walker, Justin Rodriguez and Hassan, and with a condition that Blessing brought, you're not on par. You're not on par. You're nowhere near where you need to be. And I'm not disrespecting Blessing. He knows what happened. He knows that he didn't bring. He brought a good enough. He brought a good enough body for him, for where he's at, just obviously not for where everybody else is at, and he needs to bridge that gap quick. He needs to fill out, some extra muscle bellies. He needs to tighten in the waist a little bit more, better quad sweep. But genetically, is Blessing going to be, a top 3 contender at the Olympia, in the next 3 to 5 years? I don't think he would. I honestly don't think he'd be a top 3 contender. Whereas I genuinely think Nick Walker could actually be a Mr. Olympia. I think Hassan and Justin have got potential to be a Mr. Olympia. I just don't think genetically Blessing has got the proportions and muscle bellies in the right areas. Moving on from that. So obviously, recap: Nick Walker, first place. Second place, Justin Rodriguez. Third place, Hassan. Fourth place, Dorian Haywood. Fifth place, Mohammed Al-Amam. I think it was a brilliant show. I liked the fact that there was a few people that came back from people we hadn't seen in quite some time. I think Flex Wheeler was at the show. There was quite a few what I'd call old school pro bodybuilders there, and it did look like a good show. Obviously they couldn't have the huge audience that they're probably used to, but it must have been nice for the guys to be able to perform, especially their solo routines, in front of an actual audience. It's been a while for some of them. So to wrap up, what a brilliant show. I do genuinely think Nick Walker is the future of bodybuilding. Blessing has got a lot of work to do this year, and probably most of next year, to bridge that gap and catch up. And it is a catch-up game for Blessing. But on that note, guys, I've been me, you've been you. Peace.